G'day guys, Josh here. Welcome to another episode of State of Economy. And we're back in the area where this area used to be plagued with bots back in the tier 1 days where people, they would keep going to like the potion vendor here, then back here, and then back here to go into Chaos Dungeons again, over and over again before obviously the alt queue option came in. But I just wanted to show you guys that did occur back in the day as well. And I thought it was actually a very good, I guess a very good hindsight I suppose, or a good trip down nostalgia lane, I suppose. But anyways, we'll get into the good stuff, which is going to be the obviously the bosses and stuff like that very, very shortly. Now I'm going to say overall new patches come out, so ancient accessories are now available. So I think a few people now have enough gold, also they'll get their new accessories at the moment where they can go 5x free and 1x2. But we'll go into the AH very shortly. We'll go into the buses first of all, see how the buses are going at the moment. And you can see here's a whole bunch of raids, even now Cube and Boss Rush can now be queued in via this option as well, which is actually pretty cool actually. So you don't have to wait around in the main towns anymore. You can just go bang for your buck right away. Now let's go into the good old Abyssal Dungeons to see if there's any people on here at the moment, but I don't think there's anyone at the moment. I think 400G, I think at this moment these are all bots at this stage, where you can tell with their lovely names. And also, I guess it's all carry no bid kind of thing as well from one of these guys, probably a card run I suppose. But I guess say 400G, 300G seems to be like the main deal. It looks like, I guess say right now, looks like that the buses are coming back, but I think at the moment I'm not really too sure either, given the fact these are all card runs at this stage. So I think Argos is pretty much dead for bossing at this stage. Looking at bosses at the moment, well, it looks like Voltan have finally got some solid bosses, which has been pretty decent actually, with a free bid as well, so 1.8 kg each. Voltan, well, no bid. Okay, never mind. Pay via gem. Okay, cool. Not sure about that one at the moment. But overall with Voltan, there's a few bosses going on for 1.8 kg at the moment. Vicus, checking a look at Vicus at the moment, 3 kg, 2.8k for normal. Actually a bit surprised to see a normal boss actually. I wonder how many people are actually doing it at the moment, not gonna lie, given the fact that, normal Vicus isn't really that gold rewarding compared to hard mode Vicus. Now we've got 4 FK bust for Cuckle Side, which I'm really, really surprised about. 20k, full AFK, which is amazing, mind you. But that's pretty much it. Now we've got Broshaza. I was going to say with Broshaza, I don't see many buses yet, as you can see here, because obviously with Broshaza, if you do it in normal mode, you can't do it in hard mode. And a lot of people try to do hard mode basically as well. And like a lot of people even say good old good old gating as well. Actually, there is a busing system here as well. 18kg free bid going ASAP, so 18 gold for a few buses, but there's a lot of read clears and a lot of progression on hard mode as you can see at the moment as well. So at least like I say, the buses have somewhat returned compared to last week where everyone was trying to do hard mode Broshaza, but now it's got a lot less. Anything else in the buses? I don't think there's anything else in the buses whatsoever. So that's the buses done for this week. Now next week, well not next week, sorry, next up is going to be the Mario store. And we're going to see if that blue crystal price is going to last basically as well, going to last at that amount. So you can see here there's a lot of honor packs as well from the gold you can buy. Obviously you can see not any new skins yet, but they're heavily advertising a few things as well. Obviously Feon's being the most popular item there is. Now we're going to go to currency, and we can see that blue crystal prices have fallen a bit further. They've fallen from about 1.9k to about 1.8k, which is a bit better overall for the economy, and that's what the economy was trying to aim for. Was trying to aim for the blue crystal price to be a lot lower, so people could keep buying their crystalline aura for practically free, basically. And also, as well at the same time, actually stops the gold sellers, giving that real crystal sell for a lot less, and that's a part of their little contract as well. Now, also as well, this is the downside of it as well, is that if you want to purchase gold, of course, is that you get less gold, given the fact that it's 1.9k now, rather than the 5.8k that it was previously. Overall, it's probably more healthy for the game for the blue crystal price to be low, because it allows people to buy gear. It doesn't mean that people have to farm like 10 weeks of alts to buy gear. It's just better overall, that it is lower than it is higher. So yeah. Next up, we're going to check the AH. So this will be a quick episode, given the fact there's nothing too much that's happened in the market. Checking the AH here as well, we're going to check all the Honey mats currently. It's actually the first time that tier 2 mats have not been, tier 2 destruction mats, or second time actually, have not been in the 1G slot. So you can see here, everything from like the armor sides, all tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 is all super cheap. Obviously tier 2 has seen to 3G, destruction stones falling back to 3G, protection stones falling back to 3G. Harmony and life leap stones are always going to stay where they are at the moment. I don't think they're going to move anytime soon. On a leap stone's below double digits for the first time in quite a while, so that's 7G. And simple rares at 13. I gotta say right now for the rares and stuff like that, they're quite high at the moment. Looks like a lot of people have not been making their fusion materials. So if you want to take advantage of the market as it is, get in there right away and start selling them at these higher prices. I feel like they're going to come back down either. Greater on leap stones at 13G. They've taken a bit of a step back. Solid graces at 20G. I gotta say the support mats have finally just steadied. Like they're finally just steadied. They're just an absolute free fall for the last 5 or 6 weeks, but now have actually steadied. Obliteration stones are still the same price. Marvelous leap stones at 25G, which is quite cheap. And now arrays, like superior arrays at 33G, which is actually quite high. It's about 6 gold plus from last week. Now, Solar Blessings at 75G, Harmony Shard Pouches at 100G, and Harmony Shard Pouches keep plummeting over and over again. So with Honor Shard Pouches as well, and Life Shard Pouches. Solar Protections have gone up slightly, but not as much. And you can see the Harmony Shard Pouches at 230G. And I guess say overall, I guess, still buy the tier 1 maps, given the fact that Honor Life Shard Pouches are not double Harmony Shard Pouches. When this gets double of that, you should be buying more of these, okay? You should buy that tier 3 map. But at the moment, no comprende. And Life Shard Pouches, I gotta say, a lot of these Shard Pouches have taken a backward steps, given the fact that this was 1k. So they're basically all halved in price at the moment. So I gotta say, with the maps, may not be so profitable. Sidereal Energy is always going to be at this 1.1 mil, okay, if anyone gets any, because some people may want to build up their Sidereal weapons, because they're actually pretty decent, basically, as well, with the extra abilities they give. Last but not least, we're going to look at the Oreha, the mats overall. The Carp's pretty cheap, even got down to 4G at one stage, but the Thick Meat and Relics have been going up slowly as well. And I gotta say, I'm actually a bit surprised that these are all quite high, given the fact that the fish has been quite low. So you could make more of them for a bit cheaper. Next up, we're going to go into the potion market as well to see how the potion market's going at the moment. Now, elemental potions have gone up slightly as well. So I guess people are starting to run out of potions. And as I said before, you should have bought them all a lot earlier when they're like 25G or 20G a stack, because that's when they were really cheap. Also going to say splendid potions, despite these being slightly expensive, I guess it's due to rating, these have gotten under $100 for the first time. Like under $100 for the first time I've seen it. Next up, we're going to go to Grenade, if I could spell it properly. So we're going to go to the Grenade, see how they're going at the moment. Buy. This is a simple buy. Whirlwind Grenades, stupidly cheap. Dark Grenades, stupidly cheap. Buy. Okay? If they're below 20G, just buy, because they're just so cheap. I guess I'm going to say at this stage, I think a lot of Destruction Bombs, a lot of other grenade materials have been given out, and hence no one's making them because they've all got them in their inventory. Therefore, they're stupidly cheap at the moment. I'm going to say right now, buy. Pick these up. They're very low price. Go for it already. Like, there's nothing, like I say right now, there's nothing really stopping you from doing that. Next up, we're going to go check the engravings. And I gotta say, it looks like the uncommons. Last time we saw there was only 2 in this area. But let's see what's been going on here. So the greens have been going up slightly. Actually, only 2. Only 2 things in double digits. But overall, the class engravings and some of the combat engravings as well are quite high on price. Sort of drilling at 20G, which is actually quite cheap. Like I say, a lot of the ones that people don't utilize too much are quite high in price. I'm actually a bit surprised that a Contender is up there as well, given that Contender's not used too much compared to Adrenaline. But Deadeye Enhanced Weapon at 499G, someone's like trolling me at this stage. Or I'm not sure actually, like, who would purchase that? So blue, this is actually the first time that blue has not had a 1 at 1G. They've always been above 1G. And I've got to say overall, like, it's been pretty cheap all around actually. It's blue and green engravings are pretty much in sync, which is really odd given the fact that usually blues are slightly more expensive than the greens. Now with epics are always going to be the same. A lot of the shit ones are always going to be 1G because they drop so much. But a lot of the semi-good ones will be a bit more expensive. But overall, we shouldn't see any in triple digits, okay? This is obviously a one-off. Like, this will never occur again, okay? Like, no one's going to buy 4.5k, Ds, 12 Ds for 4.5k. They're just going to be like, okay, I'll just leave it for a bit. Next up, we got the legendaries. Legendaries, I'm going to say, it's the first time I've seen a few of these legendaries at 1G, by the way. I gotta say right now, like, the legendaries are just going to keep dropping. I mean, enhanced weapon at 100G, which is insanity. I mean, basically, enhanced weapon's cheaper than its green equivalent. But geez, you can see here, like, all the class ones that are supposedly expensive are now super duper cheap. I mean, Grudge is below 5k. I mean, at this stage, like, if you've got the money, either you can wait. Like, if you don't need it, you can wait. If you need it right away, buy. These are just stupidly cheap for what they are at the moment. I mean, you can see here, like, 6.9k for Kirsto. I feel like the combat one's going to get higher and higher. But overall, as you can see here, like, these are cheap compared to what they were previously. And I guess could the price fall even more? Most likely it'll fall even more. And it'll get to a point where, like, 1k will be a rarity for legendaries. But all I'm going to say, if you need it, buy it. If you don't need it, don't buy it. You can wait. 100% can wait at this stage. Next up, we get to the pets and skins. And it's not going to matter too much, by the way, with the pets and skins, because gold prices are very, very low at the moment. And I gotta say, they could be expected to go even lower. So you can see here, like, a few skins are not getting any purchases whatsoever at this stage. I mean, look at that. Like, well, we have some recent prices, but we get some average day prices, which is when they've been purchased. So you can see here that since gold hasn't really settled, a lot of these people are selling at a loss at this stage. And also at the same time, a lot of these people are being like, okay, we'll wait. Given the fact that gold's dropped 4 times, a lot of these aren't worth it anymore. You can see here as well, like, no one's buying any at the moment. It's either the sellers have got to come down and make a loss, or the buyers got to go up and take a hit. That's pretty much it at this stage, as you can see here. It'll be different in the pet markets. The pets do have a functionality. So you can see here, some people are paying top dollar for it despite the gold price going down. But overall, as you can see here, like, the pets themselves, people aren't biting, okay? And people aren't even biting on these Halloween pets either. I think everyone got them at this stage. And also, there hasn't been any new players too much. Like, the biggest issue for Lost Ark has been the newer players. And there haven't been many of them too much at all. Next up, we're going to go to Ancient. Oh, not Ancient, sorry. I don't know why I said Ancient. I'm going to go to Gems. And you can see here, tier 3 gem prices. Well, like I said, the chests have moved up slightly. So, that's fairly interesting. We're going to check the gem market. Maybe the gem market's moved up slightly, which I'm going to say I doubt, given that not many newer players have been coming in. We also going to do the recent prices as well. So you can see how that's a lot of gold selling there as well. So you can see that's a lot of gold selling. So 7k has been the lowest. So it's been below 8k now. Looks like it's a race to the bottom. Level 9 gems, well, below 100k for the first time in quite a while, which, geez, like I would say, a lot of these very, very cheap cooldown gems almost getting below 100k. I mean, 115,000. Geez, I gotta say, it's just so much supply at this stage. So much supply, and basically damage gems below 300k as well. I remember when it was cooldown gems at 300k and damage gems at 600k. And now they're just plummeting downwards. There's so much supply is getting on the AH, and like, no one needs level 10 gems because I've already got them all, so you can just plug them in the market and just hope they sell. Next up, we're going to go to, obviously, we're going to go to, I gotta say, Relics at the moment to see how it's going, but there's a lot of, obviously, you can see a lot of gold selling going on in the Relic market. And I think at this stage, I'm going to say right now, I think all of these will most likely be gold selling, okay? Like, all of these stuff here is most likely gold selling. I don't think you're going to find any good pieces here anymore until you start hitting, like, below, I'd say below 100k, maybe? Yeah, definitely below 100k. Jeez, like, all this is all gold selling. Like, all gold selling. Like, holy moly. Like, look at it. I guess this might be quite good. Like I say, like, below 100k, you can get some great pieces as well. I mean, ooh, that's actually semi-good, but 55k, though? Nah. You can see here's a lot of absolute dud ones that are selling. And you can see here, you can get some really good ones here. Blessed Aura of Swiftness, that's really good. Pinnacle Ambushmaster Specialization at 50k. Those aren't gold selling ones. Is this a gold seller? That is a gold seller. But you can see here, like, a lot of top end ones. I think this is actually really good as well. Adrenaline KVW with attack speed 1 at 50k. I mean, a lot of the good ones you can get these days are very, very cheap. Now let's get set up to the ancient ones where everyone wants to be, because ancient is the, the thing to be these days. Now I could say here, well, we've got some pretty top tier ones. Like I say, I can imagine that's not gold selling. Some hundreds, that's gold selling 100%. But another Grudge has been the popular one to be at the top area. And basically, I say a lot of class ones. And I think it's just basically deja vu back to the old days where it's all the ones that are class, like the class ones that are always going to be super duper expensive. I don't know how this one got to 1 mil as a gold seller. Guys, gold selling's even affecting this market as well already. I can say it's a lot earlier than I expected. But you can see some of these blue ones as well getting a bit of love as well. If you got a +6 and a +3 and they're both good DPS talents, you can sell them for like 7, 6 digits. I noticed like market's very, like, it's not mature yet, But you say overall as well, if you want to get like lesser ones at +6, you can obviously get some pretty good epic ones. You can see here like a lot of good epic ones. In fact, that's a pretty good line. You get them all for 100k. I guess say at this stage, the ancient accessories are going to drop in price very, very quickly as well. So you can see here a lot of legit good ones and a lot of legit fucking drop kick gold selling ones as well. But you can see a lot of these ones in here all obviously not gold selling and they're legitimate, legitimate ancient items that people are trying to sell. So I'll say overall, like, 100k, basically 200 to 300k if you want a really BIS one. But if you want, like, one that's just, okay, never mind. That's not in my guild, getting a side rear weapon. But overall, I gotta say, if you really want to get, a one with like +6 on it and stuff like that, +6 and +3, you can easily get one on the market at the moment for a pretty easy price, a pretty cheap price as well. Next up, we're gonna get to the ancient bracelets as well. As you can see here, a lot of spec, a lot of swiftness. You can upgrade these as well, and it's all just stats. It's pretty much the same as the relic market as well at this stage. Okay, same as the relic market. Last but not least, we got the good old fellas at the ability stones, and you can see here this has been abused for, obviously as you can see, abused for gold selling, but I feel like the real price is probably going to be 1.6. Am I right about that? No, 1.6 even gold selling as well. 1.k, 1k, okay, so the right price about 1k, basically for these ability stones. And yeah, you can see the gold ceiling's been absolutely rife in it, people training for 400k and stuff like that as well. Overall with ability stones, it's, they're just going for the 9-7 at the stage. Once they get the 9-7, they can get 5x free and 1x2, and that's best of slot done. Anyways, guys, this could be it for the state of economy today. Nothing really much has changed because it's been a bit of a nice welcome that the very, very nice welcome that the ancient accessories aren't as been stupidly expensive as Relic was on launch, where people trying to sell sell semi decent ones for like 3 million, but it's been more controlled and a bit more cheaper. So that's been good to see. And yeah, of course, gold selling is still rife in the accessory market and gem market whatsoever, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Anyways, guys, have a good one. If you guys enjoyed it, see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.